So today we're looking at a vintage stamp album, and it's what I can only describe as extremely dense. It's not heavy in early stamps, but it gets kind of crazy. So first of all, there's a collection of assorted loose stamps, which of course I'd put in a glassine envelope or mount, but they're 1890s to 50s era sort of loose collection of stamps. Um, it doesn't seem to have been picked over much. There's a couple that are missing, though they might be in that pile. I have no idea. And a few prices written on there at some point. So we're moving through the 1800s and just sort of light stamps there. One Colombian, Trans Mississippi, and then Pan American moving into the 1900s. Not, like I said, not a lot here at the beginning, so I'm just going to kind of flip through that pretty quickly. And we're going to keep going, keep going, keep going. The astute of you will see that I kind of showed off a little bit. All right, let's see how we can do this. There we are. Actually, I skipped a page. Not much on it. So starting 1922, you can see it starts filling out nicely. 23, and not much there. Not much there. One on the Sullivan. Getting into the 30s. 32. 32. Getting a lot more here. Where you're going to see there's a lot of block plates and full sheets in here. So, pretty good collection of the Parks issue one. And starting to get into some of these commemoratives, it starts filling in a lot. And when I say a lot, I mean a lot. So you've got a couple of the $1 in through here of, I think that's Coolidge. Pretty full, pretty full, pretty full. It's a nice one there. Getting into some of the blocks. As I said, this is an incredibly dense album. Blocks, blocks, strips, block, block. Another very full page. Block. Blocks. Block. I have no words. I haven't begun to calculate out what the actual value of this album is, either by Scott value or by just unused stamps. And I'm just going to put it up and let people decide. just blocks. And then there are blocks, partial sheets, more blocks. And then you get into full sheets, and then singles from the full sheets. And a lot of times these have other stamps underneath the blocks. More blocks. More blocks. Just loose blocks of stamps. They seem to be correct to the pages, so it was a well thought out or well collected, I guess, album. So we're still in the 80s. Another sheet, blocks. Sheet. Or partial sheet. More blocks. Sheet, blocks, singles. Sheet, blocks underneath. These are mostly modern stamps. I'm not a modern stamp collector and don't care about them particularly, other than I think they're pretty. I kind of got this with some other things that I purchased. But I've not done any value check on this, so whatever prices are written in here was from the previous owner. Strip of those, all connected. The dogwood stamps. And there's a block of dogwoods under there. It's a nice higher dollar one. So I don't know the rarity of these. I always liked those carousel stamps though. I thought they were pretty. Another block. And when I say the prices were put in by the previous owner, I have no idea when. So could be 5 years ago, could be 35 years ago, who knows. So if you needed a very, I'd say this is a solid stamp collection. And certainly a good way to get an introduction or set of stamps that you could be proud of, and they are all put in pretty well, and these are the casings, plastic casings for those, and those are like the more modern sheet slips. And there's this, which I'd have to pull those out and ship those kind of outside of the book. I've got ahead of myself there. Sheet of wildflowers. Starts trailing off a bit here. Everybody's favorite Elvis stamps, right? Holy smokes, 2 sheets of those. That's a lot. I'm going through these pretty fast, but I did want people to have a chance to see everything that was in here. Another block, or sheet rather, block. Sheet, Norman Rockwell. Popular singers. I don't think there's there. Legends of the West. There's 2 copies of Legends of the West. Some coils, I guess. Anything there? Yeah, just a couple singles. Oh, those are pretty. Maryland. Civil War. Again, I'm have not, and a comic strip, not going to tally up the value of the unused stamps, but you can see that there are a lot of unused stamps. So the James Dean, 2 James Dean, Atlanta Olympics. It keeps going. Feels like this album never ends. I do think it ends in this is 96, so keep going, see what we have here. I don't think I missed anything there. Nope. It's definitely heavy in the 50s and 60s era. Bugs Bunny. What's up, Doc? I wonder if kids even know who Bugs Bunny is these days. Doesn't feel like there's a lot back here, but maybe it's just because it feels like the big sheets are in our past now. I'll kind of flip through this a little quicker. Pathfinder. Oh, I got some older airmail stamps. No Graf Zeppelins. That's a pity. Those are nice. I was like airmail stamps. A few more. 1940s era, 50s. 50s and 60s. Oh, there's something tucked in here. Can't quite get it out. Oh, that's what that is. That went there. More airmail, more airmail. Again, this thing's very heavy in the 40s through 70s. So I know this is part of an estate sale, so I'm going to guess that the previous collector was from that era, we'll say. Back when stamp collecting was really hot, and kind of thought that stamps might be the original NFTs, where you could collect something that was widely dispersed, but you'd actually own the physical copy of it. Oh, there's some nice postage dues. Look at all these. More postage dues, stock transfers, some revenue stamps, I guess. Official stamps. They were all official. Parcel post, and we are getting down to the very tail end here. Hunting stamps. Oh, there's one actually in there. Migratory bird stamp from 1974 and 76. And that's it. So anyway, I think it's a pretty good collection. A nice album. The cover's in decent shape for the age, and I think it would make a good, gosh, it'd make a great solid starter collection, wouldn't it? Or something that you could take your collection and build into it. It's just, it's a wonderful piece of history, and the dedication that somebody had with putting all this together. And it's just a little crazy almost. It's so thick. But it is that, and it's a good collection for somebody, I think. So take a look at it and see if you enjoy it. Have a great day.